Celebrities and the Catholic Church are two things that you don't often see beside each other. One is about power and fame, and the other is about following God. However, there are a few notable exceptions to this rule of celebrities who follow the Catholic Church and manage to handle fame with grace and dignity and actually stay sane in the crazy world known as Hollywood. Mark Wahlberg is one of these celebrities, and he's credited Catholicism for all his success. So initially he lived a troubled youth, his parents divorced when he was a child, and he dropped out of high school at the age of 14. He engaged in stealing, drug dealing, substance abuse and violence. At age 16 he was convicted of a bad assault and was sentenced to prison. His life looked like it was going to be a complete train wreck. But it was during his time in jail that he rediscovered God, and he used his faith to turn things completely around. He said, "Anything that's good in my life is because of my faith. A lot of people get into trouble, go to jail and find God, and the minute they don't need God anymore, they're gone. But I spend a good portion of my day thanking God for all the blessings that have been bestowed on me. The first thing I do when I start my day is I get down on my hands and knees. If I can start my day out by saying my prayers and getting myself focused, then I know I'm doing the right thing." And since Wahlberg focused on being a better Catholic, a lot of success came into his life. He started a successful band early on, he grew a big franchise business, and of course he became an actor, which we all know him from. A lot of good can happen when you focus your attention on God. Lionel Messi, in my opinion, the greatest footballer of all time. Yes, that's controversial, I know. But he is a strong Catholic. He has said that his grandmother, who passed away when he was young, was a great influence on him and that she taught him the importance of religion. Messi, whenever he celebrates his goals in football, will do the sign of the cross and point to the sky to remember his late grandmother, who taught him strong Catholic values. This is a very beautiful act to remember your grandmother as well as thanking Christ whenever something good happens to you. Shia LaBeouf is a new convert who credited the Catholic faith with not only helping him become a better person, but actually saving his life. So he struggled with fame and money while he was an actor, and this led him to a very dark path. He was in a dire situation before he started following the faith. He said, "I was out of here. I didn't want to be alive anymore when all of this happened. Shame like I had never experienced before. The kind of shame that you forget how to breathe. You don't know where to go." And this was until he picked up a movie role to play Padre Pio, which led him to start living with the Franciscan Capuchin friars in a monastery. It was here where everything changed. He said, "I started hearing experiences of other depraved people who had found their way in this, and it made me feel like I had permission. I know now that God was using my ego to draw me to him, drawing me away from worldly desires." And he started going to Mass daily, and in particular it was the Latin Mass which helped bring him peace after a troubled life in Hollywood. It's amazing how art and life mix together. Atheists call them coincidences, but believers know that God makes everything happen for a reason. Caviezel is the actor who played Jesus in The Passion of the Christ. He's strong in his Catholic faith, and this faith has helped him navigate through Hollywood. In an interview with People, Caviezel said that he is drawn to roles that enable him to be the light. During the filming of The Passion of the Christ, he almost died whilst acting. He said, "I thought I would put the makeup on and prepare the same way and we would shoot it in studio, and suddenly I realized I was in a fight for my life. It was very cold and I got hypothermia. The makeup burned my skin and I caught pneumonia in both lungs. I was struck by lightning and eventually had 2 heart surgeries, including open heart." But despite major health setbacks, he was committed to completing this role. He felt like playing Jesus in the film was an important part of his faith journey. He said, "I need him every day. I feel the lack of love in the world and in myself at times, and I'm looking for purpose like everyone else. In this business that doesn't suffer fools, when the world kicks you, I know that I have my personal savior right there with me, and he feels the pain that I feel." So Dolores Hart's story is very interesting. Unlike the other 4 celebrities, she actually chose to completely give up her celebrity status and dedicate herself to the religious vocation. Dolores Hart was quite the star in her early life, one of the most visible and envied women in Hollywood. She appeared in 10 movies in the late 50s and early 60s, starring opposite some of the biggest stars of the era, Anthony Quinn, Myrna Loy, and Montgomery Clift. When she was just 18, she starred in a movie called Loving You alongside Elvis Presley. She was one of Elvis's first on-screen kisses, even becoming kind of famous for making him blush with the kiss. And then, at 24 years old, she decided Hollywood was not for her, and she left it all behind to become a Roman Catholic nun at the Benedictine Abbey of Regina Lourdes in Connecticut. She has lived there ever since. She said, "I'd done 2 movies with Elvis Presley, I'd been around Hollywood for a while, and I saw how needlessly competitive and negative it could be. It never held my interest. I just knew that this was what God wanted from me. I never felt I was walking away from Hollywood. I felt I was walking into something more significant." She ended up finding way more meaning in a cloistered monastery pursuing God than fame and money in Hollywood.